If you are really true to your aspiration for this to be scrapped, why don't you begin with your own pension scheme? Why don't you be the exemplary MP and set the trend for all the other MPs? Bagi malu Prime Minister. Why don't you do that? Why don't you just give away your pension? Give away whatever you say that tak fair pada mother you, pada all the civil service. So why don't you begin with you first? Start with the man in the mirror. Start. Do that. I don't have a good feeling on where he's headed. But from the looks of it, I don't think he's on the right trajectory to becoming a great leader.
While I say this, it actually hurts me as well. If I wanted to, live a comfortable life, I should just shut up. At 30 years old, I'm now entitled already to 2 pensions. A pension as a minister, a pension as an MP. How fair is that while I come from a family of civil servants, my mum had to work 30 years to be entitled to a pension. I only had to work less than 5 years. Heck, actually, even if I retired at like 1-2 months in, I can still be entitled for my pension. Do you know how they calculate the pension of a minister? It's not based on how long you serve as a minister. It's based on how long you serve as an MP. So if I continue to serve as an MP for the next 20 years, even though I'm no longer made a minister, my pension as a minister goes up. So my MP's assess the way in which they quantify my MP pension, minister's pension, adun different pension, speaker different pension, you got GLC positions different. So that's why
that's many pension, man.
Correct. And it's not they don't consolidate one, all different. So mudah, we said no more abolish pension scheme for politicians, regardless whether state level or federal level. It will hurt me. It's okay. The point is, I want people to join politics for the right reasons and for people to leave politics. If not, why would MPs now want to leave? They want to stay longer because the longer they go, the more pension they get.
So if your portfolio minister, you
MP, adun, and then got exco some more, and then got GLC some more, got speaker some more.
So many pension.
Yeah, got so many pension.
And that all I pay, right?
Yeah, all you pay. So ridiculous, right? So scrap it because it's unfair to civil servants. It is really unfair to civil servants. And to me, this is not a healthy political culture in Malaysia.
This to me is election rhetorics. Banyak cakap. Yeah, whatever he say may be the truth. But basically, what is your intention? To be popular, to be hero lah konon. If you are really true to your aspiration for this to be scrapped, why don't you begin with your own pension scheme? Why don't you write now to the relevant powers that be to drop yours? Why don't you be the exemplary MP and set the trend for all the other MPs? Bagi malu Prime Minister. Why don't you do that? Why don't you just give away your pension? Give away whatever you say that tak fair pada mother you, pada all the civil service. So why don't you begin with you first? Start with the man in the mirror. Start. Do that, and then if you can do that, then maybe only, just a glimmer of chance, you can explain what is the legal process that needs to take place for that to be done. To me, it cannot be undone as far as I'm concerned. I do not know of any such legal process because all that is signed and agreed by the relevant MPs. Kalau dah ada kontrak of remuneration or whatever pension, you cannot undo that unless the MPs themselves agree to enter into that bilateral agreement to revoke or to rescind or to undo whatever that is already granted to them. Same way as Syed Saddiq can do. Syed Saddiq can show, look, government, you do this, I consent to you taking out my pension scheme. Show that, illustrate that, make it visible to people. When you can do that, then you can talk. Otherwise, it's just hypocrisy. And I feel like puking when I see benda macam ni because you want to set yourself apart from other politicians to show that you're the only MP that is pristine and with a conscience. You want to bask in the glory of your idealism. But at the end of the day, nothing is feasible. Your feet is off the ground and you don't even have a sense of reality and feasibility. You don't have that. You just want to bask in your you think this is fantasy, fairyland. You kalau jadi Prime Minister, one day saja government jatuh dah. Nobody will support you. This country is a corrupt country. All kita MPs are not, perfect. banyak yang self-serving, and therefore if you want to change, you begin one step at a time. You be patient. You don't be impertinent. Rome is not built overnight. Tapi a greenhorn like Syed Saddiq, apa dia reti? Dia rasa semua change must happen now, and the idealism is that they expect semua orang embrace the idealism, and dia rasa kalau you go that way, that's it, majority will follow. Palah otak dia. You know, you got to change the people first, the nation first. It begins step by step. Detoxification, cleansing begins with a process. Orang yang tak faham proses undang-undang, cakap saja. So, for me, too bad lah. What I admire him for his idealism, I really am so disappointed on his telur strategy. Zero strategy and devoid of whatever wisdom or objectivity. Humility is also slowly rubbing off. Arrogance is emerging in this guy. I don't have a good feeling on where he's headed. I don't know lah. I tak mau judge orang awal-awal. But from the looks of it, I don't think he's on the right trajectory to becoming a great leader.